something significant unfolded during the latest ANC National Executive Committee meeting, a moment of political turmoil that continues to reverberate through the corridors of power. What was meant to be a policy discussion quickly turned into a confrontation that insiders say will be remembered as one of the most dramatic periods of Cyril Ramaphosa's presidency. Behind closed doors sat Fikile Mbalula, the ANC's combative Secretary-General, squaring off with the president himself. This was no ordinary debate. According to those present, it was incendiary, confrontational, and potentially game-changing for the future of South Africa's governing party. For months, Mbalula had expressed his frustrations about Ramaphosa's leadership style in private conversations. But at this meeting, he chose to air them directly in the party's most senior room. He reportedly arrived armed with papers, timelines, and pointed questions, determined to corner the president. As one insider described it, Mbalula came prepared to go nuclear, and nuclear he went. At the core of Mbalula's fury was what he described as a dirty little secret the president had kept from both the NEC and the nation. The details remain murky, but sources suggest the matter involved shadowy negotiations with private businesses, potentially compromising Ramaphosa's carefully crafted image as the champion of anti-corruption. For years, he had positioned himself as the president of reform, the man tasked with cleaning up after state capture. But Mbalula insisted this was a facade. He accused Ramaphosa of hiding behind reformist rhetoric while quietly enriching a network of business allies and political supporters. According to him, the so-called reforms were nothing but smoke and mirrors, cynical tools to distract the public while systemic manipulation continued. Adding fuel to the fire, whispers circulated about international fingerprints along the trail, hinting at possible foreign interference in South African politics. Then came the bombshell. Mbalula revealed that many tenders awarded during Ramaphosa's presidency had gone to firms that were major donors to his 2017 ANC leadership campaign. He declared this no accident but a betrayal of the ANC's liberation heritage, calling it State Capture 2.0, just with a cleaner suit and fancier language. Witnesses say the room went cold. Some NEC members appeared stunned, struggling to process the allegations. Others exchanged knowing looks, as if to say they had long suspected it. Ramaphosa, usually calm and reserved, reportedly bristled with anger. He accused Mbalula of deliberately sowing discord and undermining party unity at a time when cohesion was desperately needed. But Mbalula refused to back down. His words thundered through the room. If we cannot call out dishonesty at the highest level of this movement, then we are already dead men walking. The people of this nation are owed the truth. That statement, bold and uncompromising, struck a chord with several ANC veterans in the room. Some nodded quietly, recognizing in his words the frustrations of longtime members who believe the party has drifted too far from its revolutionary roots and fallen into corporate entanglements. Analysts now wonder, could this be the start of a serious internal power realignment within the ANC? The president tried to dismiss the accusations, labeling them reckless, irresponsible, and faction-driven. Yet many were unsettled by his failure to categorically deny certain claims, particularly the charge that campaign donors had profited from government contracts. Instead of presenting hard facts, Ramaphosa leaned on assurances about processes, systems, and compliance. As one NEC member remarked afterward, if Cyril was clean, he would have come out with facts. He didn't. And that is what worries us most. This single confrontation has shaken the ANC to its core. For years, Ramaphosa's reputation had been that of a steady hand, guiding the party away from the instability of the Zuma years. But Mbalula's challenge cut straight into that narrative, suggesting continuity of patronage networks rather than genuine reform. Political analysts are already speculating about the revival of old factions. Some whisper that Mbalula is positioning himself as the leader of a return to core values faction, an ANC movement determined to reclaim its liberation spirit. Even if Mbalula lacks the numbers to challenge Ramaphosa directly, his fiery words have clearly shaken the president's base. Particularly telling is the response from younger ANC members. Many of them have rallied behind Mbalula, viewing him as a voice of conscience in a party that has lost its moral compass. He said what many of us think but don't dare say. He spoke truth to power. One young NEC member was quoted as saying, "The backlash was immediate. Word quickly spread that a special NEC meeting would be convened to address the fallout. At the same time, whispers emerged about creating a secret ethics committee to investigate the allegations. If such a body were established, and if its findings were ever made public, the consequences for Ramaphosa could be politically devastating. The larger picture is even more troubling. If the ANC cannot resolve this crisis internally, South Africa may be headed toward one of its most turbulent political periods since the dawn of democracy. Old coalitions could fracture, new groups might rise, and the ANC's dominance could finally be broken in ways long thought impossible. What began as a confrontation between Ramaphosa and Mbalula may prove far more significant than a mere clash of personalities. It could mark the beginning of a protracted struggle for the soul of the ANC itself. Already, analysts disagree on how to interpret Mbalula's actions. Some believe he is grandstanding, adopting the mantle of a fearless truth-teller as a way to consolidate power for future leadership battles. Others argue he is genuinely alarmed at the party's direction and felt compelled to act. Either way, the fact that such allegations were voiced so bluntly in the NEC, the ANC's highest decision-making body between conferences, signals widening cracks in the ruling party. South African politics has rarely been this volatile, and the next chapters promise even greater drama. This is only the beginning. Until next time, stay woke, stay critical, and stay bold.